Hey, you make me feel like a rebel, but I will not give you a reason to destroy me more and more again and again.
Alright, hey, what's going on? It's Ben here, bringing to you some Aggro Vetruvian, or Psycho Vetruvian as I've been going on with, and I've been a little bit unlucky with this opening. He's already got Obelisk, and I don't exactly have a Dispel for that yet. Also, a little disclaimer, this is before the new expansion, so this is an old Vetruvian showdown, which is kind of interesting, considering that Vetruvian is not exactly the most prominent class before the patch. Anyway, let's get rid of the second wish and see what I can grab here. The other 4 cards seem a little bit more proactive here. And unfortunately, I only have a Primus Fist. Should I equip a Staff of Cure as well? He might have a Rasha's Curse, so I am tempted to just equip the Staff. It's actually very hard for me to deal with the Obelisk. I don't have a Dispel. I guess I'll just go with the double 2-drop opening and see if I can get rid of the Obelisk the hard way, I suppose. Yeah, it's not an easy turn to make. Definitely not a very easy turn to make. Finally got a Dispel. So his Obelisk is not going to get out of control, but I definitely need to get rid of this first Obelisk, because if he drops a second Obelisk, I don't want him to be like going out the wazoo like this. But if he goes on to the center spot, then I'm in trouble, because I can't attack the Obelisk directly, and this Primus Fist is probably going to die. A Bone Swarm will be really intense here. Alright, but it doesn't have the stuff to do that. Hopefully that's an Obelisk. Oh, that's not an Obelisk. So I could attack all these guys here. I'm going to keep the Imperial Shroud here. Probably get rid of the Blood Tier Alchemist at this point. I definitely need some heavier cards. It's kind of unfortunate I've got this kind of hand. Alright, but this is a pretty sweet play. I can dispel this Obelisk, removing that, and then I can attack into the Provoke Shieldmaster and use a Staff of Ikea to help out. And I can develop the Primus Fist in a more relevant position, so he won't be able to grab the Mana String that easily at least. Alright, I'll just hold here. I do need some buffs here. Having another Imperial Shell is not bad. I do have the opportunity to play nothing really special, actually. Unfortunately, it seems like the Frostbound Nag is going to get rid of one of my artifact durabilities, which is not good. It's probably a turn to get rid of a Saberspine Tiger or a Dispel. I kind of want to keep it to Dispel something, because Vetruvian has a lot of good targets for Dispel. In fact, because there's so many good targets for Vetruvian to Dispel, it's actually kind of important to have all the Dispels, yeah. Provoke Shieldmaster once again, alright. Alright, I might just develop Lanaga here. Let's remove the Imperial Shroud first and see what I can... Well, let's get rid of the Saberspine Tiger. Who knows what he could have. Blaze Hound, okay, that's a good pickup. That's a very good pickup. Unfortunately, I'm going to make a play that's a little bit weak to Dancing Blades, but I can't really avoid it too much. I'm just going to have to put on pressure here. Frostbone Naga over here. Let's get rid of the Provoke Shieldmaster, shall we? So I'm going to have a couple of targets I can buff up. I guess I want to move forward because the Dancing Blaze is going to keep him in this position, so I will be able to keep my stuff in a relevant position. I'll make this attack just in case he has any way to ping off the artifact. You know, might as well. I'm ahead on board, so this is feeling pretty good for me so far. I have a bunch of cards to bring myself back, but if he has a Dancing Blaze, then I'm going to be a lot of trouble. And he probably does, because he runs Primus Shieldmaster, right? So he probably has a good Dancing Blades. Actually, it wouldn't be good if he had another Provoke Shieldmaster. Zenrui! That's not too big of a deal, actually. Alright, I actually might want the engine here because, you know, Spelljammer's pretty sick. He didn't have a Dancing Blades last turn, so he probably doesn't have a Dancing Blades this turn. So I think I'm going to still position myself here because, I don't know, I feel like this is a better position. I don't want to put it back there because this is a pretty relevant position. Maw here, okay. Well, Maw's not bad. I'll get rid of the... No, next turn is Amara Healer, so I definitely have to keep the Imperial Shroud here. I think I'm going to take things slow and develop the Spelljammer here, yeah. I may as well because I don't necessarily need to tempo myself out. I can actually make fair trades over here. I've used the Zenrui on a Spelljammer. It's not that big of a deal. It's kind of a big deal, of course, but I think it's okay. I do want buffs, so I'm going to get rid of the Maw. Span Tiger, okay. I can push for damage as well. I have 8 on the board, so I'm actually almost threatening lethal here. Repulsor Beast is very good on the Mar Healer. If it comes down, which I hope it does. Alright, Amara Healer. I will use a Repulsor Beast here. Yeah, because I want to get rid of the body as well. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quite a bit of damage. I guess we can go for the draw here first. Frostbone Naga. Oh yeah, well, easy Repulsor Beast here. There's no need to do anything too crazy just yet. It's going to... the problem about Amara Healer is just that it's so susceptible to like push effects. And it's not like it's a Vorpal Reaver that it can get back into action really quickly. It's actually going to take quite a bit of time for it to get back into action. Alright, well, we're threatening a lot of stuff here. I guess if I went for a replace, I would have technically won if I got the Naga. But I think it's safer bet to go with the draw. As anyway, it's a slower card, I may as well develop it. It's not like the extra card is really going to matter for him. Actually, it could matter, but I don't think Vetruvian has quite the board clears. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. If he has another Amara Healer, just dies to the board pretty much. He needs to fly this guy in with whatever that card's called. The flying card thing. Well, it's not that great of a card, the flying thing. Astro Communion. It's pretty good if you have a bunch of big guys, but typically it's only really good when you have a lot of people running Repulsor Beasts or Dynamic Lures. Coincidentally, Cast does a lot of that, but the problem is that you're forced to run a bunch of big cards because the Astro Communion is not that great on these guys. I guess having the extra health does matter, but otherwise it doesn't really do too much. Well, there's a lot of ways to find loot over here. So much damage. Well, let's just speed things up. Sleeping Spine Tiger for the win! Woo! Give them one. I kind of had an interesting opening hand with, instead of this first wish, I had a Frostbone Naga, and I was kind of wondering if I should keep it, but I thought that I would keep it anyway. Well, I would remove it because I did. This isn't necessarily a great opening hand. It's pretty good, I'd say. You know, I can't complain about it. I'd rather have a Primus Fist because that's actually my best turn 1 play. But otherwise, oh yeah, the Staff of Cure is also pretty nice. Otherwise, I think it was okay keeping most of his hand. I definitely do want to keep this Dispel for, what do you call it? Earth Sister Tegeti? Yeah, that'd be pretty tough. And I can't really get rid of this Tegeti that easily either. Alright, well, actually it's not bad. Not bad to get rid of, I guess. I do want to push this damage while I can. Oh, this is actually quite good. I can develop all 3 of these cards. I definitely prefer the Maul over the Bone Swarm. I don't exactly need the 2 damage precisely. Naga, okay. Hope I play this out right. Getting Dispels off is super important here. Otherwise, this Yakir is kind of useless. Woo! Unfortunately, he's going to get the Overload, although he's probably not going to develop the Overload because it's kind of a turn where he doesn't want to do it. Because 4 mana is such an important turn for Magmar. The 3 mana play is not that important. I think the best 3 mana play for Magmar is Blistering Scorn. I guess this turn he could have a Blistering Scorn and the Amplification, but even if he does that, he's not going to be able to use the Overload, so I feel like this is a good turn. Although, for some reason, I decided to protect this Maw. I guess that's reasonable as well. Okay, my following turn, I do have a Frostbone Naga, which is pretty insane. Not against Magmar, but against other factions. It's pretty insane if I do say so myself. Actually, I have a way to deal with the second Earth Sister, which is also not bad. Oh yeah. But I do need to get more card draw. The Blaze Hound was a good pickup, and the first wish is not bad because it allows me to fill my curve out a little bit. So at least I'm using some mana instead of no mana. Also, with building this deck, I wasn't really sure whether I wanted to include more card draw or include the Dispels. Of course, in this case, you see that Dispel is a lot more useful than a Wind Strike. But the curve of Vetruvian is very, very low because a lot of your cards are really nice, but they're very cheap. Like the second wish, the first wish, they're all very cheap. Bone Swarm is also pretty cheap as a card, so you definitely need more card draw. Although you have a Amara Healer, which is kind of your top end. Although Amara Healer, I'm not even sure if I can include it because it's such a swinging card. Alright, Blistering Scorn. So he's probably going to drop a Overload or Amplification. I don't have a way to get rid of an amplified Blistering Scorn, unfortunately. Alright, that doesn't make sense. He should have put the Blistering Scorn somewhere so he could get rid of this Maw, right? I don't know why he wanted the Blistering Scorn thing. Alright, the first wish is not that useful because this actually took damage. I do want to use this Frostbone Naga. I guess I can use the first wish on the Frostbone Naga. That doesn't seem too bad, right? So I'll be attacking this guy here. Actually, it's probably better to preserve the body, right? But I do want to put myself in a pretty relative position, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put down the Frostbone Naga and cycle out my first wish on the Naga, so he won't be able to attack it directly to remove it. I'm taking a little bit of damage, a little more than I want to, but he's not going to have a War Beast yet, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. I guess I could have developed a Bloodborne spell as well, which is not bad. Primus Fist, it's not bad to pick up, really. I do want to Amara Healer, though, if I want to go on curve. Or a second wish, which is really nice. But having a card draw engine is not bad as well, I'll make this attack here just to play around like 1 damage stuff. I'm not going to attack into him, even though I probably could. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. He shouldn't be able to remove 2 minions, so having this second wish is so huge. It makes this game into Hearthstone because you can just attack your opponent's general and not die. It's so great. It feels really good because your minions usually take damage. Just not taking damage with this second wish or with a force field effect is so great. I guess it's kind of an interesting choice whether I want to put down the Spelljammer or the Blazehound next turn. Definitely the Spelljammer is more advantageous when you have a smaller hand because that gives him a priority to remove the Spelljammer. And yeah, I don't know. Well, typically I like to play the Blazehound on the first few turns and the Spelljammers on the later few turns. Okay, so he's able to get rid of a Naga, which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to hit that, because I definitely want to develop this second wish. Healing Mystic, alright, that's great, that's great. Although it's also tempting to just develop these 2 guys. Well, that Blistering Scorn is pretty nasty, if I do say so myself. Put this down here. Ethereal Shroud, okay, that's not really a target that I need. He's probably going to have a War Beast, which I didn't play around, which is not very good. Oh, a Maw Healer. A little bit too late. I'll just drop a Spelljammer here, and then I'll trade into this Healing Mystic. Keep up a Valley game. Next turn I can drop a Maw Healer, and hopefully I can push a victory over there. Although he can remove my board with the Overload. But I don't exactly have enough damage in my hand. It's kind of a slow development. I didn't want to commit too much into a War Beast, so this kind of forces me to play a longer game. He might actually want to use a War Beast on these, well yeah, on these 2 guys. It makes sense that he trade in onto the Blazehound, so it's not good, not good. Okay, so it's just attacking in there. Is he still doing a War Beast? Sworn Sister Lacan, okay. This guy pretty good on these draws, if I do say so myself. Does have an amplification, which is kind of surprising. Am I all in on the Mar Healer? I could actually deal quite a bit of damage here. I can deal 10 damage. Not quite enough, of course. I'll get rid of one of the second wishes and see what I can grab here. Because I'm probably going to drop Lamar Healer if I don't get anything better. Here's my Tiger, okay. I can deal 11 damage. Woo! I'm actually so close. I should have pushed damage last turn, but I couldn't have known that I had the damage to push last turn. I just saw that I had less health than him. Alright, so it's going to be a healer turn. Put a Mario Heal over here and drop a Bloodborne spell. First one I use this turn. Should I push damage? I don't think I want to. Because that means he has lethal on board, right? Well, not quite on board, but it's a little bit too easy for him to lethal me. So I'm just going to drop it here. I should be able to deal lethal damage next turn anyways, because from hand I have like 7 damage. 7 damage from hand is pretty good. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to deal with this Amar healer. I don't think I don't think it's likely that he doesn't have a way to deal with it, because Egg Morph is super easy, right? But this is tense. This is tense. I'd be surprised if he didn't have the Egg Morph, because Magmar should definitely keep an Egg Morph if you're against Vetruvian. Because that's the only reason why Vetruvian, or the only possible way that Vetruvian can actually play the game. You know, put an Egg Morph, right? I put a Mara healer. So he could clear the board if he wanted to. Hopefully he does not want to clear the board. Ooh, he's planning on taking some damage himself. Wait, does that mean I have lethal? I only have 7 from hand. I'm in like the same situation as last turn. But I'm going to put him in the same situation, so it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Aw, come on, man. Earth Sister, really? Elucidator? Does he have lethal? I guess he does, right? Forge. Oh, that's tough. Why you spend so much time playing that?
Alright, hey, welcome to the end of the video. That was an Aggro Vetruvian, and I thought that was pretty okay. It's a little outdated though, because now it's the new expansion and it's time to check out some new gameplay in the future. So sorry that this particular gameplay wasn't the new expansion, but you'll definitely be seeing another game tomorrow, well, a few games tomorrow that are the new expansion. Shim'zar is ready for you and me. Alright, so check out the cards. Maybe check out a few old videos if you feel like it, I don't know. But be sure to check out the new videos. They're going to be the new expansion. So I'll see you